One of my saddest moments was sorry, I'm sorry. That was when I fell sick last year. This that was November, December. I was seriously sick, and I was admitted in the hospital for about 2 months. See my parents, especially my mom, sleeping on the floor in the hospital just to, be with me and make sure I'm always fine. I was diagnosed with I can't really remember what exactly it was, but I was in the hospital for about 2 months, and I was having this chest attack, and they did every X-ray, and they couldn't see anything in my chest. They couldn't see anything, and I was asked to go and do an endoscopy test at Accra. I think I was referred somewhere to do that. Well, I think while we were preparing to go, I felt better, and I thought I never needed it again. Then I was discharged from this because I thought I was getting better. Then I went home with my parents. They were taking care of me, and school was about resuming because we're having an exam. Then I resumed back to school. A week after, I started again. Sometimes I can't walk from here to the bathroom to, ease myself. I'm always having this permutation on my chest that really, really affected me. I was so sick to the extent that I lost weight as well because I was not eating. And then I did endoscopy, and that was when they discovered what exactly was wrong with me, and I was treated. All the money I was actually saving to get a professional camera, I remember that I saved up to, I think, 1.3 million naira. Everything went to hospital bill, and see my parents spending money. It got to a time I said, can they just stop spending? Because I was like a curse to my parents at that moment, because money that we're supposed to use to do some important things in the family, my school, my sister's school, and every other thing were all spent on how to save my life. I remember my dad said a word. He said, don't worry, your life is more important than the camera. I'm going to get it for you. And thank God, when I was on the sick bed, that was when I won that particular thousands of dollars that was able to purchase everything I have today. I think that moment was just planned by God, because I was in my down moment and a good news came up to me, and it actually lifted my morale. And I will be forever grateful to my mom and my dad. They have been so supportive, especially by my dad. I'm very, very grateful. My mom for giving that emotional support, stay with me in the hospital. You see mothers sleeping on the floor. Sometimes the matron, they will be, it's time for call, you guys should go outside. I was like, why am I putting my parents into this emotional? But we are here today. I'm okay, I'm good, I'm fit. I thought I was going to die. Would have seen RIP on Dominic. Dominic Visual is dead, but I'm grateful to God I'm alive today, and Dominic Visual is here. My name is Oluwasegun Dominic. My brand name is Dominic's Visuals. I'm a conceptual portrait, lifestyle wedding photographer based here in Benin, Nigeria. I was born and brought up in Ondo State, Ondo Town to be precise. I grew up with my family. We're a family of 3. I have I'm the first child of my family. I have a younger sister and a younger brother. Then my mom and my dad. My childhood, my childhood was lovely because we're always with our family. My dad is always around with my mom, and I think there was nothing so serious about my childhood. Always from school, you come home, you eat, you play, you sleep. And that was the routine so far with the children around us. So my childhood was a great one. I had a lovely childhood experience. The brand name Dominic's Visuals. Firstly, my name Dominic, and it's something I actually like, a name that I actually cherished so much. So getting this name was very difficult because I've moved from series of names so I concluded to this. I once named myself Sheyi Photography. That was when I started photography at first. Then it transitioned from Sheyi Photography to Grigio Studio because that name Grigio means gray, and it's a name of a particular dog in history because the dog is kind of special to me. The dog actually saved a particular man in a story. So I took that name Grigio Studio. Then later noticed that the word Grigio does not really relate. And when they say Grigio, who's Grigio? And I wanted people to know who the person is. So I had to go and use my name. Then a friend of mine, which I will never forget, Ekene, short by Ekene, said, Dominic, why don't you use your name, Dominic, and add visuals? And that was how I got the name Dominic's Visuals. Dominic's Visual is a man of jack of all trades. Modeling came first. I was once a model. Yeah, I'm still a model, even though I don't do it full time. Modeling actually came first because immediately I finished secondary school, I wanted to put myself out there, and I went into modeling. From modeling, I was doing pageantry and all of that. So modeling actually came first before photography. So apart from modeling, photography, cinematography, I'm a basketballer, I'm a volleyballer, I'm an actor, I act. What else? I sing, I do decorations for events, a whole lot of things. I'm a chef. I also cook, do all these bakings, chin, small chops, and everything. So I think that's basically someone who Dominic's Visual is out of photography. Every creative role I venture into, I would choose videography because I feel I'm able to express myself through videos compared to the way I take pictures. So I would choose videography over every other creative role I play. If I now want to have any other one in support, that would be acting. I love acting so much, more than modeling, because I love, showing my emotions, especially playing emotional parts. I'm very, very good at that. There are lots of obstacles I've faced as a creative. There's a stereotype that has been attached to me personally or people of my kind, because as a creative person, I do a lot of things, especially when it comes to ladies' things. That person, why is he doing like a girl? Why is he acting like a girl? How can a guy be doing decoration? How can a guy be doing catering? So these words sometimes are like obstacles that doesn't push me forward to do lots of things. I always feel sad about myself, why is he acting like a girl? So this brings down my energy or passion to do more compared to what I've done today, because I feel if I have not taken all this to art, maybe I might have been bigger than this. I've been creative when I was very young because I'm always, I'm energetic because I always want to do stuffs. Cooking, assisting my mom in the kitchen, doing little crafts with papers and all of that, tie and dye. So I've been able to discover myself as a creative person right from that moment while I was young. Even when I was young, I was also teaching people skills. I think I remember when I was in GSS 2, because we have a group of people in our church, they call them young animators. We have the animators and we have the young ones. So I was part of the young animators while I was in secondary school, and I was teaching bead making. So I already knew I was a creative person who can actually learn so many things at the same time and can also do well in it. I remember the years when I started modeling, I was so happy because seeing people on the screen, I want to see myself that way. I want to be on the screen. I want to walk the wrong way, fashion show. I started in Ondo. That was immediately after my secondary school. I went into modeling. I registered and I was having training to the extent that I was lucky to work on a fashion show, and it was an amazing experience for me because that was my first fashion show until I got admission into University of Benin, and the zeal was still there to continue modeling because I feel university should be able to expose you more to how modeling is, and you'll be able to connect with people of your like minds. Then I started modeling. I joined a particular agency, which I'm not going to say the name. And from there, I started pushing myself till there was a call for a particular event, a fashion show, one of the biggest fashion shows in Benin. We've been going for rehearsals, training, back to back. And I think on the last day to the show, which they are to select the final people that were going to work on the show. I think that was he? I think it was 19th of May 2022. This person came from nowhere. I don't know who he was. He said he was part of the officials and all of that. He came and he told us to work. And I did my work, and he said one thing which I would always remember till date: you are not good as a runway model, so you are not going to work on this show. And on that day, I stopped modeling. Why? I didn't really take it to heart at first. Okay, maybe it was just the normal rejection. I prepared and went for this fashion show. Funny enough, he brought new set of people that I have not seen in our training to work on this show. I that have been having training back to back. I was removed, I was rejected. And the funny part was I attended the show, and these guys that were working on this show, I'm not this kind of person that, belittle people's efforts or so, but I felt I was just thrown away. Maybe because I wasn't so fine. I don't know what the problem was, but I was rejected and I didn't work on the show. We have people that are androgynous model. I don't see myself as an androgynous model, but I see androgynous model working on big fashion show. So what was now my problem? You said my waist. What's wrong with my waist? I felt bad, and that was how I stopped modeling. Till of recent, I said, okay, let me give it a try. I think I stopped modeling for like about 4 years. And of recent, I saw the person at another fashion show casting, and I was very happy I saw this person because I was one of the photographer that volunteered for the event, and he saw me. Our eyes, jammed each other. But I was so happy. I don't know whether he recognized me or not, but I knew that in his mind, it was, who is this boy? Because almost every model on that day, over 100 models that were there, Dominic, I want to work with you. I was like a king that day. I was like, next time, don't say some bad words to people, because I think what he said actually brought me to greatness, because I stopped modeling and I faced photography. Now, I'm enjoying photography and I'm eating with photography. Have I ever wanted to quit? No. I am here to stay. I always tell everyone that wants to go into creative aspect like this, see your skill as an hobby, because when you don't enjoy it, or when you don't enjoy doing it, you definitely want to quit in a particular stage. And For me personally, photography, cinematography, and every other thing I do, I take them as an hobby, not because I want to make money at first. Because if I had the idea I want to make money, what will not happen to the passion? So I see my creative journey as way to express myself. I want to be happy doing what I love doing, even though it's paying or not. I always want to like continue doing it. So I've never had a time of thinking of quitting anytime soon. No, not at all. I started as a smartphone photographer. My first money that I got was from a competition, because I do lots of competitions, just get money to buy gadgets and all. I remember the first competition I won 100,000 naira was for Gold Veg Nigeria. We're asked to create videos and make stuff, and I won the first 100,000. The first thing I got was my gimbal for smartphone and all. I was so happy, and I started, but things started getting expensive. I was not trying to like acquire a camera, but it was it was not easy, because the rate at which they sell camera now, it does not give rooms for aspiring photographer to be able to purchase things. So I think one of the obstacles I faced was purchasing gadgets. I started photography 2019 as a smartphone photographer, till I was able to acquire a gadget. That was 2024 through a global competition that I did with Techno Global. I did a challenge, photography challenge. There were different categories that I submitted, and I won. We were 2 Nigerians that won, Phenom Photography and Dominic Visual, which is me, out of over thousands of entries all over the world, because we had Indians, Americans, so many people, Chinese, that actually contested for this plane. So we're only 2 Nigerians, and I was lucky, I won, and the cash prize was something tangible. I'm going to keep it a secret. So that was one of my proudest moments ever. And the funny part was the picture that got me to this win. I didn't make any tangible, like when I say a significant effort to this. The picture, I actually rented a studio, called models, booked a space with money to submit for this entry, did not make any entry, did not make a win. But the one I randomly took on a Saturday that I went to eat at someone's shop, it was raining. Then I came outside, I saw a snail on a cocoyam leaf, and there was a droplet of water on it. And I took my Techno Camon 30 Pro. I was like, okay, since there's a nature category, let me just take this. Somebody actually told me to take, who is one of my best person ever. I'm forever grateful to you, Ekene. If you're watching this, you are always that person that has pushed me so far. He told me to take out my phone, and I took, chakam. I edited and I submitted. Guess this picture won and gave me this. So that was one of my proudest moments. The first person that inspired me was a youth in my church. On this particular Sunday, I was in church, I was playing basketball, because I was also animating the young people to fixing into different games. Then I noticed people were passing. I think there's somebody as an adult among them. There were other young people following this same person. I was curious what was happening. Then all of a sudden, I saw this young man bent down with his phone and was just taking random pictures. Sometimes take pictures of grass, take pictures of tree, at the back of a tree, like the back of the rough shell of a tree. Take pictures of gutters, taking spirogyra. I was curious, then I said, okay, let me go and check why these young people are following this man. What is he even doing? Then I went there, I saw what he was doing. Then I peeped into the picture he took, and it was wonderful. I saw beauty in what he took. Then something came to my head. Beauty from death. How easy is it? How easy was it? Like, it was so fascinating, and I was like, no, I think I would want to give it a try. Then throughout that day, I was following them. I thought people thought what was going on. So I was actually walking with him from different location to another. And I went home. I collected a friend's phone and I borrowed that phone. Then I took that picture. I think I turned my camera upside down to take a very low angle picture. It was so beautiful. That was my first inspiration to photography, and I started photography. I remember then I never had a phone, and I was in a seminary. Let me use that word, seminary. Yes, I was once a reverend. I won't call it reverend brother, but I was into that vocation because I was into my vocational journey. I borrowed the phone and I started practicing. Till a Sunday, my mom just came into the church and was like, Take, your dad got you a phone. From nowhere, it happened miraculously because I never used phone until I graduated from secondary school. I think that was my SS3. That was when I had like my own personal smartphone. When we say smartphone, I was not like those young people that were having phones right from SS3, SS1. So I got my first phone when I was in vocation and I started practicing. Then it was ITEL, I think ITEL A32F. There are a lot of pictures online now. If you see me, I'll go and pluck coconuts, arrange them, or stones, put them together. I will take the picture and it was so nice. My editing was hell. It's too saturated. And so that was my first inspiration from the church to photography. And the second person that inspired me to pick up a camera was a reverend brother called Reverend Brother Sam. He's into social communication. He's from our church because I'm a Catholic under Don Bosco. We are called Salesians of Don Bosco. So I loved the way he handles camera, his videos, his lifestyle, the way he dresses, the way he acts, the way he's always in charge of anything camera. I fell in love with it and I felt I could also be someone like this because I think it also suits my lifestyle. So that was my second inspiration. And the last person was when I was into photography fully as a smartphone photographer, I discovered Edo Artistry. I went through his page because I love going down people's page to see their journey. I'm not that type of person that maybe when I've made it, I use the word rebranding and taking off my old pictures. I want people to see the struggle, the journey. So I went down. I noticed it was similar to the first person that inspired me, taking random objects and all. He started taking little kids' picture, taking a small child holding light or butterfly glowing. So I felt the whole thing fascinating and I fell in love with it and I said no. I want to also be like this person. I decided to work on two projects, which was the first one was Gary processing production. It's like a documentary that I did. Then the second one that actually made me know that yes, I think I am here to stay and this is what I want to do was a fellow photographer invited me. He had a job, a coronation kind of job with the king of Ondo, the Oshemawe of Ondo Kingdom. So he called me along for me to just tag along and maybe I could create something. Then it was a chieftaincy coronation. I went there and that was my first time seeing the royal palace like very, very well. I was able to, enter the king's palace himself with the chiefs and elders. It was an iconic moment for me. I created my video and immediately I got home, I started working on my videos. I edited. And that same day, the video came out and I posted. And I tagged some few people, think, okay, even though this person see it or not, I just wanted people to see the video. I wasn't expecting the video to like go viral. And somebody commented who has been one of the people that actually inspire me as well when it comes to travel for travel vlogging, travel film, and all of that. That was Ni Fagbemi's friend. I can't really recall his name. He commented on the video and he really gave me kudos on that job because it was I would say I got inspiration from them because of their sight and sound that they use in their videos and all. Then he came to my DM and made some little corrections, which I was so happy I got that person's attention. And that was when I knew that, yes, Dominic, I think this is what you will do and this is your dream. Every creative or upcoming creative out there is, one, be you. Only you can, push yourself first, because if you wait for people to push you, it can be difficult for you, because while you've been pushed, are you able to continue with that journey? That's the first thing. Be you first, push yourself. And secondly, I personally, I see my crafts as an hobby. I always tell every creative, see what you're doing as an hobby first. Enjoy them, because it will get to a time whereby the money is not coming in. If the money does not come in, are you going to quit? But when you see it as an hobby, you see it as something I depend on, something I love doing, something I enjoy. Just like someone that loves playing basketball. You don't need to have money for you to play basketball or football, because they enjoy playing. So when you see your work as something you enjoy doing, no matter the obstacle you face, you're always going to, overcome them. So see them as what you enjoy doing. See what you do as an hobby. And I feel with God with you, everything is going to fall in place. My journey started as somebody from nothing to something I could show little of now, because I never saw the money part in what I was doing. I was focused on, I want to put myself out there. I want to show people that, yes, Dominic can do this. This small boy from this particular place can actually make waves in the society. So that is my motivation there. See, whatever you're doing today as an inspiration, as an hobby, as what you like doing, then every other thing would definitely follow. And regardless, be strong. There are times when you think this person has this gadget, this person has this person has that. Yours is going to come. I never knew I was going to own everything I own. Now, this thing came, I would say they came unexpected last year, December, while I've started photography for about 6 years. I think I started 2019 till now. I started enjoying it more. 2024, 2025, you can see the gap of the struggle. So just keep pushing, don't relent, and everything will work. With God, I always put God first. Many people will say that is what all creatives says. For me personally, I'm always with God. Everything I do, God is always there. I'm always optimistic about my life, and never say a negative word to yourself. I've never for once, and I will say it, I never for one thought Dominic is a very small person, that he can never make it. I always have it in my head that I can make it. So have that you too can make it, and everything is going to fall in place. This boy, or this man, let me call it man, has been a backbone in my journey. He's always there to support me, to give me motivation. Dominic, you can do this, you can do this, you can do that. And he actually made me to start charging for photography. I remember when I started photography at home, when I was taking pictures with my phone, I transitioned from, then I was taking pictures for free. I take people's picture for free, and from taking picture for free to 200 naira per soft copy, that was how I started. Then immediately I got to Uniben, and I think I met him 200 level. It was like, Dominic, these pictures you are taking are great for you to be charging 200 naira. Let's increase the price to 1,000 naira. And that was how I started charging for my skill. professionally. He supported me, helping me, carrying lights. Every shoot I'm going to, every documentary is always there to assist me. Ekene, I'm forever grateful to you. This person has been so helpful for me that I can never, when I say never, forget whatever he has done to me. When people experience my work, I want them to feel, first, while working with me live, I want people to feel they are special, they are God's image. Confidence. Working with Dominic Visual should make you confident. No matter what people say to you, you are special. I want people to see beauty in themselves. No matter the skin color you have, their hair, your eyes, you are a special being. Just feel confidence in yourself. You are lovely. You're a special being. Everybody that work with Dominic Visuals, I see them as a special being. So anytime they see my work, I want them to feel inspired that yes, I'm a living being. I am beautiful. I am bold. I am confident, and I am strong. I'm Oluwasegun Dominic, popularly known as Dominic's Visuals, and this is my story.